Hi, my name is Jane. For today's video, I am going to share my favorite Netflix original romantic comedies that you need to watch right now. It is almost Valentine's Day, love is in the air, and it is time to watch all of the swoon-worthy, heart-thumping, heartbreaking, laugh your guts out movies to watch right now. You gotta watch them right now. I don't know where that was going, but anywho, I love romantic comedies, and I've done like a romantic comedy. How many times am I going to say romantic comedy? Eat a chocolate every time I say romantic comedy. Rom-com. I have done another like video like this in the past, but this time around I wanted to talk about my favorite rom-coms that are on Netflix so that you can go ahead and watch it and have a great old time. Netflix original rom-coms just kind of hit the, you know, like those tropes from those early 2000s rom-coms that they just don't make as often anymore. Like that time frame was just spectacular. So many like romantic comedies came out of that time that I still watch constantly for a good old time. But Netflix like really upped their game, so I want to talk about my favorite ones that they have streaming right now, and I'm going to give my two honorable mentions first because they don't really fall under romantic comedies per se, but they still involve some sort of romance aspect to them, and I really wanted to include them because I will scream those movies from like the top of any mountain, and I will encourage anyone to watch it. So my first honorable mention is Someone Great, starring Gina Rodriguez. One, I love Gina Rodriguez. I think she is just so effortlessly funny and endearing. And number two, the resurgence of Lizzo gave us so many wonderful, empowering, fun, get ready with me, classic kind of songs to scream with your best friends while you are getting ready or just, you know, going out, having a good old time. So Someone Great is about Gina Rodriguez's character Jenny and her two best friends and her longtime boyfriend. They break up, and it's about like this one last like adventure amongst friends before she leaves to like her new job across the country, and about heartbreak and friendship is pretty much what the movie is about. And it's like part romantic comedy because you get to see how she falls in love with her boyfriend, but I would say that it is also not a romantic comedy because it really deals with like immense heartbreak as well. So I wouldn't say that it falls under like the super fun, lighthearted rom-com that we all know and love. However, the movie is so fantastic and all of the characters are so endearing and beautiful to watch on screen. So I will include it in this list just for fun. My second honorable mention is totally not a romantic comedy, but it was like one of my favorite movies when it first came out, and I cried and had a great time. It's more of a coming of age teen movie, I would say, and it is The Half of It. First of all, Asian leads. Second of all, Asian lesbian lead. Like, what a time to be alive and watching it and having a great time. So it is about this girl named Ellie. She is in high school. She lives in this like small town where I'm pretty sure she's like the only Asian there, and she makes money like in her school by like writing other people's papers for them. And then this super awkward guy just comes up to her and like requests to have her write a love letter to a girl that he has a crush on, who she also happens to have a crush on. So it's just a good old time because there is a wonderful friendship that forms with her and the guy, and she also, you know, like dives like more into her own feelings with this girl. So it's just all such a good time, and it's so heartbreaking and gives, you know, like a dive into the experiences of like an immigrant family, while her also being, you know, part of the LGBT community, which is all just such a great time. So again, not a romantic comedy. It really made me cry. More of a coming of age teen comedy drama, but you know, if you're looking for a good old time during Valentine's Day weekend, the half of it is like superb. Moving on to my actual like top 5 list of Netflix original rom-com movies. These are kind of the movies that we think of when we say romantic comedies, where, you know, everything is just kind of lighthearted and fun. The stakes aren't really high. It's just centered on love and the relationship and like your own evolution as a person as you meet this person in your life, and things happen, but it's not really that bad, and then you get together at the end. That's just what the whole story is about. So that was like so here we go. Top 5. Starting with number 5, Falling in Love. You get it? Because she wins an in, but she's falling in love. Anyway, this stars Christina Milian, and it is about this girl who, you know, is at, you know, just not a great place with her current boyfriend. So she signs up for this contest and she wins an inn in New Zealand. So she goes, but it's not the kind of inn that she was expecting. Like, it's dilapidated and it needs some help. And she's like, you know what? I'm gonna fix this place up. So she enlists the help of this guy. What's his name? Jake? Sure. This white guy named Jake to help her build this place up. All the tropes are like checked off. She wins an inn at a different country, to check. Hot white guy with an accent, to check. Enemies to lovers situation, to check. Crappy boyfriend who she breaks up with because, you know, other guy is better, to check. It all just checks off the wonderful things. It's just like super lighthearted and fun. Number 4, The Kissing Booth. Obviously everyone has pretty much watched this one, and then the next movie that I'm gonna be talking about in a little bit. Is it completely idiotic and unrealistic? Yes. Have I watched it multiple times and watched the second one right when it came out? Yes. Sometimes you just need some ridiculousness in your life. So it's about this girl named Elle and her best friend Lee, who have been best friends since they were babies. Even before they were babies, they were best friends. And she falls in love with she falls in love with his older brother, and hilarity ensues. I just love this movie when I just don't want to think about anything. That's when I watch this movie. Number 3 is Always Be My Baby. Asian romantic comedy leads. Like, seriously, what a time to be alive. So this one also involves best friends since they were young, Sasha and Marcus. And you know, they've always had like a platonic, like totally cool, like friendship as they were growing up. But then when his mother passes away, there is this like rift and tension between the two, and then they don't talk for a super long time. He stays in San Francisco, I think, if I remember correctly, and she goes off and she becomes like the super famous chef, and then she ends up going back to their hometown and they reconnect, and, you know, enter the romantic comedy plot line of all of this. I love this movie so much. First of all, it involves food, which is always like really an exciting, fun time for me whenever I'm watching movies. And second of all, Asians. Third of all, it's just a good movie. Like, the characters are so fun, but still like super believable despite, you know, the romantic comedy-esque aspect of everything. Number 2 is To All the Boys I've Loved Before. Obviously, everyone knows this movie. The third one's coming out. Or maybe it's already come out? I don't know. I'm filming this in advance. I love this movie. I don't know if I need to explain it, but like, It's about this girl, Lara Jean, who writes letters to all of the boys that she has loved before, and somehow her letters get like released to all of the boys that she's ever had a crush on in her life, and one of the guys, Peter Kavinsky, is like, oh, I need you to help me make my girlfriend jealous. Could you just like date me, fake dating? And then they actually, you know, get like a romance going on, and it's just like so sweet and endearing as well. And you know, Peter Kavinsky is just, it's what launched his career. What's his name? Noah? I forgot his name. And the #1 movie that I feel like people need to start talking about again because it was so fantastic, and I feel like it really spurred on the resurgence of romantic comedies on Netflix. Set It Up. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I need everyone to talk about this movie again because it is so good, and the rewatchability factor of it is like top notch. I will watch this 100,000 times and still not get bored of it. So it is about two 20-something peeps living in the city, Harper and Charlie, and they work as assistants to these like two really like rough bosses that like don't give them any time outside of work to do anything else. They're always at their beck and call. So they're like, what if we get our bosses to get together so that they can just have fun with each other and not bug us all the time? So in the, you know, time where they're trying to get their bosses together, they also develop this very sweet relationship with each other, and it is such a good time. Zoe Deutsch, I think I could just watch her in anything because she is just so fun. Their friends in the like movie are just fantastic as well. They're not just like side characters pushed to the side. They're also very, very endearing. The relationship and how it is developed through the movie is so cute. And you know, the whole plotline backstory with their two bosses is fun and interesting as well. And Taye Diggs is in it, so that's always a good old time. Oh God, I love this movie so much. I highly suggest everyone to watch it. I need you to go now and watch it. It's fantastic. And that's why it's at the top of my list. Thank you very much for listening to my TED Talk. Okay, so that's it for today's video. In the comment section down below, please let me know if there is a romantic comedy Netflix original that I should watch right now if I haven't added it to the list already. Alright, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time with a brand new video. Bye!